Hey everyone, this is James Bumfield back again. Today we're going to be talking about, we're going to do a little bit of work with strings and talk about palindromes. So palindromes are pretty much words that are spelled the same forwards and backwards. So I used Google and I came up with a bunch of palindromes here. Um, so the reason we're talking about palindromes and strings today is when I first learned Python many months ago, I came up with some very obscure way to determine if a string was a palindrome. Wasn't very efficient. I was using arrays, iterating through an array, using a temporary array, filling that, and then comparing um, the positions, the values at the indexes in both arrays. That was not a very smart way to do it. And I think also in Python, you could do something called slicing. So for example, for this one, this is 4 characters long. If I want to slice from 0 to 2, so 0, 1, 2, 3, if I want to slice from 0 to 2, 0, 1, 2, it's going to return this because the 2 is not inclusive. So it's going to return the character at position 0 and the character at position 1. So as I was thinking about this problem and I'm teaching myself the data structures, I figure using a stack and a deck or a deck is a good way to solve this. So we're going to go through that implementation and we're going to show you guys how to determine if just for a single word. I haven't thought about, using multiple words with commas, question marks, and things like that to determine if that type of long phrase is a palindrome. But I could show you how we could determine if these type of words are palindromes or not. So let's get to it. All right, so we're outside our main method. Let's do this. Fix that up a little bit. So we're going to do public, static, boolean. We're going to turn it to true or false if it's a string or not. Is palindrome. We're going to do a string input. Call it input. Okay. First thing we're going to do, we're going to use a deck. And the reason we use deck because it's better for last in first out operations, as I said in an earlier video. So we're not going to use the stack class. So we'll say create. Still can't type, guys. A deck of type character backed by an array. So we call it deck. I don't even know what that is. Deck QUE type character. What do we want to call it? Let's call it value of string. For no particular reason. And we'll do new array deck. So it's pretty much a deck backed by an array of type character. Now what we're going to do, we're going to remove all the white spaces. So this is essentially the same as Python. We could call something called a trim method. So remove all white space. So we'll do input our string. We're going to say, input dot trim. So essentially that removes all the white space there. Okay, we're going to fill our deck with all the characters from input here. So we need to iterate. So fill deck with characters. We need a loop for that. So for int I equals 0. There's a semicolon at. I is less than input dot length, and then increase I by 1 every time. So as you know, in the Oracle documentations, we could we're going to add to the top, and then we're going to add underneath it. So it's last in first out. So we're going to call the push method. So call push method and assign at index I. So we'll do value of strings dot push, and we're going to take our character from, so we're going to do input dot char at I. So this is our string. We're going to take the character. We're going to call this method char at. So it's going to take the character at that index and it's going to push it to the deck. And it'll do that as long for the string length. Okay, so now we filled our deck. We need to, so essentially the reasons we're using decks, well, I think it's more, as I'm learning about stacks, decks, queues, and things like that, we could use the peak method and the pop method to determine if the string's a palindrome or not. So essentially, what we're going to do, we're going to iterate one more time. So for int j equals 0, j is less than, and I'll give this more reasoning as I'm programming. I like to talk out loud sometimes. So we're going to do value of string, which is a deck dot length. Oh, dot size. Okay, dot size. Okay. Increase j by 1 every time. So this is a Boolean. So we need to return true or false. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the top of the deck and compare that to the current character. So we're going to be using something similar to this up here. So we're going to say, we're going to see if the letters are equal. So we're going to say letter, come on, letter, E-T-T-E-R, letters are equal. So we remove from stack, from queue, from deck, I'm sorry. Okay, so we're going to do a simple if statement. If value of string dot peep. So that's going to return what's currently at the top of the deck. So it's going to return us a character. If that equals, let's go to the string dot char at j. So whatever at the current character at the top of the deck, if we iterate through the string, now the string, we haven't changed the string. All we did up here is remove the white space. So if the value at the current, at the top of the deck is the same as the first, second, or third character, we're going to remove that character. So let's assume the first characters are equal. We're just going to remove that from the deck. Dot pop. No, that's not what I want to do. Dot pop. Okay. So let's just say we're going to talk about mom. So mom, M-O-M, is in the deck. Mom, M is the first character. If they equal, we remove it. We iterate through again. So O is at top of the deck. We check O to the second character in the string. Oh, that's the same. We do that again. M is the last character in the deck. M is the last character in the string. They're equal, so we pop it off. So there's nothing left in the deck anymore at that point. So else, we don't have a palindrome. Like my name, James, is not a palindrome. Else, we return false. So this up here is going to keep iterating if it's a palindrome. So once we get out the loop, let's do this right here. Sorry. We're out the loop now. At this point, we need to return true. True. Because the letters match. The letter, because the values in the deck and string all match. So we return true. Let me just go over some. I think that's it. Okay, so let's do some test cases up here. So where's the main method? So we're just going to do just sys out. Let's try, we're going to call the method as palindrome. Let's do James. Make it lowercase. James. Do it again. Sys out. Call it again. Let's do mom. Do it again. It's palindrome. Let's do dad. Let's do it again now. Remember I moved white space, so let's try that one more time. So let's do sys out. It's palindrome. Let's do a space. Let's do low. Let's do capital. A space, N space, N space, A space. Make sure the white space removes. Okay, so we should get false, true, true, true. That's what we should get. And I don't think it will work with capital letters. So if we use this one, I'm expecting false to get. But again, this is my implementation. It's not, I'm not saying it's the most efficient, but you know, you guys are welcome to comment to how to make it more efficient. So let's do this. Okay, so I'm expecting this to be false. So it should be false, true, 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 false. So let me just do this. False, true. Cut. Stop. True, true, false. All right, let's save it. Control S. See what happens. Still running. Think I need to get a Mac for my birthday next year. I'm on a tiny little computer trying to code. And did it not run? Only got a couple more minutes left in the video. Let's go back again, see if it runs. I thought oh, it is running. It's just taking its sweet time. I apologize. Nothing's coming. It's still working. All right, come on, guys. Come on. It's taking its time. So let's bring this down just a little. So did we get our results? False. Yep. True, true, true. False. Okay. Seems like it works. Try one more thing. Let's try phrase. I don't have enough time to Google a palindrome phrase. So I'll try to think of one. So let's say, let's do mom. Mom is Sci. I have no idea if that's in palindrome. MONIS. Yep, it seems right. Okay, let's try it again. Let's run it one more time. That seems like a palindrome. But I say it should be because it removes the white space. I should have used a apostrophe or something like that. Yeah, and it returns true. Okay. Let's just do apostrophe here. This is not phonetically how it's supposed to be, but that looks like it would be, but my code doesn't take account for apostrophes, question marks. And it still returns true. Okay. So this might be better than I thought, but you know, I'm not I wouldn't put any sort of amount of money that this is the best implementation. But anyway, let me get out of this view. Anyway, guys, thank you for coming. And you know, I'll put this on GitHub, and it's gonna be in my hacker ranks. Let me see if I could bring it up now. GitHub. I got a couple more seconds. My computer's slow. Let's do here. GitHub. Not coming up. It's okay, guys. But you just follow the link for my other videos, and you'll find it. It'll be in the stack section. But anyway, thank you for checking in, and have a good day.